I just had the worst hour of my life. When I tell you there has been no more truthful title to a YouTube video ever in the history of YouTube than this one, I'm telling you the truth. I just spent the worst hour of my life in the place I love most, a movie theater. I just got back from watching Winnie the Pooh. Blood and Honey, I think is the name. Let's get straight to it. First and foremost, I want to say this. I had the lowest expectations ever in the history of cinema. I mean, what can you do to make Winnie and the Pooh not smell or look like doo-doo? I try to rhyme there, it's cringy, I'm sorry. I'll probably leave it out. Probably not, who knows? But what can you do to Winnie and the Pooh to not make it shit? It's definitely not making a slasher movie. Slasher movies in general already suck the fucking shit and fun and everything good in my life out of me. A childhood TV series that some of us grew up on, then that's where you kind of lose me. There's nothing fun about this movie at all. I'm telling you right now, there is not a single pro in this movie. Not a single damn one. Shitty ass mask that they're wearing. You can obviously tell it's a human and not Winnie the Pooh. It's just from every little detail down to the acting, the dialogue, the plot, the character arc, which there's none of. It's non-existent. There's not an entertaining quality to this movie unless you are fucked up in the head and like seeing brain all over a tire, or the longest chase scene in a pool I've ever seen. That's a 6-foot wide pool, and it is drawn on to make seem like 30 minutes. Absolutely horrendous. I know I'm all over the place, but that's what this movie was. It was all over the place. There was not a single redeeming quality about it. So fuck the pros. We're going straight to the cons. I'm gonna spoil this movie because the word spoiler, I saw this in another review, and he is totally right. The word spoiler should not exist for this movie because you know everything it's gonna be. I promise you. There's no twist. There's no crazy thing you need to see. There's no, oh, I wish you didn't spoil that one for me. No, there's none of that. There's some shots of like trees and smoke and like deer antlers and a bunch of, you can tell, just fake devil worship shit. That this movie has nothing to do with the devil, by the way. Because we're watching these two people that we don't know anything about other than what they're telling us, which that they're engaged or something. Christopher, what is his name? This movie has ruined Winnie the Pooh for me, by the way. So I've forgotten all the names. Christopher Robin, I think is his name. Walking through the woods, talking about how he can't wait to see his childhood friends. I could write a better intro than this. Maybe because they had a super low budget and they couldn't go film at a cafe. I would open it up any other way. Put the two in a cafe, talking about going to the woods instead of just placing them right in the woods where the whole story takes place. You never leave. It never seems any type of different. The pacing of the movie is one scene, and it seems normal, right? Another scene that tries to scare you, and not one time was I scared. Not one time did a jump scare get me. The timing of the music is off. Again, this is the first con, and I've already listed so many things bad about this movie. I'm all over the place. I'm literally so all over the place, I can't help myself, because that's how much I hate this fucking movie, okay? I need you to understand. This might be, and I need to go in the archive in my mind. I need to go in the archive in my mind and rethink back to all those shitty-ass movies I've seen. This might rank the highest amongst the worst movies I've ever seen all time. That's how bad this movie is. I know I just said a bunch of cons, but another thing. The acting is absolutely abysmal. There's other than the Winnie the Pooh character and Piglet, which you don't even get Tigger, you don't even get Eeyore. Was there a bunny or... I didn't grow up on Winnie the Pooh, but there's only two out of the original animals. They only show Piglet, and they only show Winnie the Pooh, okay? And they have these shitty-ass masks on, and you can tell it's a human with a mask on. Like, they don't do anything extra, I promise. I promise you. And then the other characters are Christopher Robin and these 5 other girls who are on a girls' night out in the cabin. And it's just like every single one of the actors suck. The main actress in it just is either poorly casted or just is overacting. It doesn't seem natural. It doesn't seem like a natural performance at all. And it also probably doesn't help that the dialogue is absolutely the worst dialogue I've ever heard, seen in a movie ever. Cheesy, over the top, dramatic for no reason when it doesn't need to be dramatic. It's just so shit. There's another girl that's like the scared girl or whatever, and every single slasher movie has one of those. And it's just like you're over the top with it. Like, just stop, chill out. Um, a hot girl like that is half naked half the time and taking selfies, which is honestly, not to sound like a toxic male here, the best part about the movie. I'm not gonna. A half naked woman taking some selfies, being all sexy is the best part about this fucking movie. And I think straight women would agree. I think straight women that saw this movie would probably be like, I agree with him. Yeah, her being half naked is probably the best part about this movie. That's how bad this movie is. Okay? The most entertaining thing is the first person to die. Yeah, you heard me right. Sorry for spoiling the movie for you. The hot chick is the first person to die. So you suck the fun right out of the fucking movie. Right away. I've had a rough night. Okay? I've had a rough night. The next con is the plot. The whole plot of the movie. It's a big one. But, I mean, it's just... It'd be more interesting if you did Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, right? A slasher movie. And you made it kind of silly. And you kind of made it like a Scream movie where it kind of makes fun of the slasher movies, okay? It would have been way better. Way better. Some lighthearted parts to it to help with balance and help with pacing and help with, making the acting not, be as comedic as it was. Because it was honestly funny at times that these actors were so bad. It would have made it more realistic, believable to characters, whatever, and it would have been a more enjoyable movie, and it is what it is. You know what it is. But no, the whole movie is serious. The whole movie is acting like it's this big piece of art, and it shits the bed. The plot of the movie is this: Chris Robbins grows up, goes to college, leaves Winnie the Pooh and the gang behind. Okay, they starve because no one's bringing them food anymore. Christopher Robin was bringing them the food. They don't have any food anymore, so they have to eat Eeyore. They eat Eeyore. Thank God they didn't show it. Maybe they didn't have the fucking budget for it. Thank Christ they didn't show them eating Eeyore. But that would have scarred me. This movie did already scar me, so maybe they should have just fucking went full ham with it. I don't know. And this event of them eating Eeyore turns them into these dark beasts that just hate every human, especially Christopher Robin, and want to kill every single human out there. It's an okay premise if it was silly. But it's not silly, it's serious. And these five girls stay at this cabin. And of course, one by one, they get picked off. And it's in the slowest way possible. And that's literally it. That's literally it. That's literally the plot of it. Again, I'm not exaggerating when I say it's the worst movie I have ever seen. And I've seen Rubber. And I've seen Dance Flick. So many bad movies. I've seen so many bad movies. And not on purpose. And every single time, I knew I shouldn't have watched those movies. Every single time. But why don't I listen? Why don't I learn from my mistakes? And finally listen to myself. Hey, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is probably shit. Probably. But maybe it's good. Maybe. No. The ending pissed me off. Maybe the ending could have a redeeming quality to it. No. It pissed me off like a motherfucker. It just kills off everybody except for Christopher Robin, who they wanted to kill. So not even the bad guys win. And he just runs away into the darkness, and Winnie the Pooh's just sitting there just stabbing this random girl that we just met over and over again. And it's just like, okay, there's no point to the movie. The only point of the movie is to make money off of Winnie the Pooh. Literally it. If you want to go see a good movie, go see any other movie ever made. And you'll have better luck with that one than this one. You'll have better luck with the movie you chose than this one if you pick any other movie ever made. I just recently watched Ant-Man the Wasp, Quantumania. That shit was ass. I would watch it 5 times in a row, back to back, all day long, before I watched that again. It was only an hour long. That should say enough. I went to go see it so you don't have to. That's it. That's enough. Enough is said about this shitty ass movie. It's not even shot well. It's not even edited well. The soundtrack is absolutely abysmal. Music that doesn't match what's happening. They're having an emotional conversation and there's this epic music, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? The low budget masks are laughable. The acting is laughable. The plot is just, what the fuck are you doing? Writing a plot this horrible. Did you just go out there and shoot shit? That's what it seems like. I rate this out of 10, 0. This is the second movie reviewed on this channel, and it gets a 0. Can't even give it a 0.1. There's literally no redeeming qualities to it. 0. 0. 0 out of 10. Worst movie I've ever seen. The people that made this movie wasted months, if not years, maybe a year of their life on this movie. Do yourself a favor and literally do anything else. Go and break your leg. Go and sit on a plunger. Try to puncture one of your eyeballs. Go and grab a rock and beat your brain into the dirt. You'll have more fun than watching this movie. That's it. Thank you.